All right, everybody. Welcome to the Well Regulated Podcast, pod number 4. With me, as has been habit, is my cousin David, also known as GE Outdoors and GE Machines on YouTube. What's going on, man? How you doing?
Hey, you doing good. Thanks for having me.
All right. So in today's podcast, we're just going to cover some local stories, couple national stories. A lot of stuff has happened since the 20th, so there's a lot to cover. We'll see what we get through today, and should be pretty exciting. Actually, there is this one that you just sent me that I need to pull up real fast. Anyway, how has your weekend been so far?
It's been good. Always better to be off than to be at work.
Yeah,
How's it been?
true that. Same. I had a family game day today. I didn't really play any of the games. I just ate the pizza.
Like board games or?
Yeah, board games, card games, and stuff like that.
Nice.
And what did I just hung out with my older brother-in-law and talked shit about the game and, everybody playing it and stuff. Yeah, so I had an excuse to leave. I was like, I got to film this podcast. And they were like, you have a podcast? And I was like, yeah. I laughed because hardly anybody watches.
Well, that's why you had to get over here and get to work on it.
Right. Anyway, let's bring up this first story here. You were just talking about this. Oh, let's see. Hold on one second. Man, I was not very prepared for this, was I?
Well, what do you have going on? We can always come back to that.
No, I just need to make it so so you can see what I'm seeing. Here we go. All right. So, here we go. Sorry about the wait, everybody. Hope the anticipation was not killing everybody. So, the APD has had this issue where they were running this DWI scheme where they were arresting people who were not under the influence of anything and booking them for like DWI and stuff. And you were telling me that there were like some updates to this story. So luckily the story has a video, so we don't have to read it. So let's check it out real quick.
It was a DWI scandal that rocked the Albuquerque Police Department and sparked a federal investigation into long-running corruption within the department. Tonight, major developments in that case as we learn the scheme extended beyond APD to other law enforcement agencies here in the metro. And for the first time, one of the key players admits to his role ensuring that drunk driving suspects escaped justice. News 13 investigative reporter Ann Perret is part of our investigative team that has been covering this from the very beginning, and she joins us now with the very latest. Ann?
The man the feds say, quote, handled the day-to-day coordination of the scheme spilled to investigators how he made it work. Newly unsealed federal court documents show Ricardo Rick Mendez, a paralegal, worked directly with police officers to funnel their drunk driving defendants to his boss, who we understand is attorney Thomas Clear III. Clear has not yet been charged with a crime, and neither have any police officers. KRQE obtained this photo of Rick Mendez, who pled guilty in federal court today to 8 charges, including RICO conspiracy, bribery of a police officer.
It's buffering with no sound. What happened?
Conspiracy, bribery of a police officer.
Dang, they shut it down.
I can tell you the gist of it.
Okay.
It's just basically this guy, Mendez, like they said, right there where it starts with his name, you could even read it. But basically he's, so what he's doing is he's in cahoots with these cops in the first place, right? So what
The lawyer is Mendez.
the lawyer Mendez, he's according to this story, he's in cahoots with these police officers to where what he's doing is when it comes to be their day in court, he talks to them into either not showing up or not being on their scheduled day on the force, or you know, their day at work, and then these criminals are paying him out of pocket thousands of dollars to do this. Each case is paying him thousands of dollars. He's cutting the police in, I believe, but yeah, I think it tells pretty much that right there.
Okay.
Yeah, but he basically he just he's the first one to plead guilty to the charges against him.
Conspiracy, bribery of a police officer, receiving federal funds, and interfering with commerce by extortion. The charges of RICO are typically reserved for gangs and mobs. Okay, so they're trying to charge everybody in RICO style.
So that's everybody on one big case.
Pretty much, yeah. Court documents also revealed Mendez's involvement in the scheme dates back to at least 2008 and went on until the FBI executed search warrants on multiple officers' home and Attorney Clear's office in January 2024, so a year ago.
Right there. This one where it says, "How did it work?" That one explains it way better than I did.
All right. How did it work? Friday, Mendez admitted that officers who arrested drunk drivers would take their driver's license rather than arrest them. Those licenses were handed off to Mendez, who would contact the driver and tell them that they could get off the hook if they paid him several $1,000s in cash.
Of course.
Part of the money would go to the arresting officer. In some cases, when charges were filed, Mendez said he worked with officers to make sure he and his bosses, Attorney Clear, scheduled court hearings at times that the officers were busy. Okay, so
It was a big scandal.
they were dropped.
I mean, and it was, look at, he's facing 110 years in prison for these. Good.
Right. Besides cash, the court records show officers and their family members received free legal advice and representation, gift cards, and hotel rooms. Mendez is facing 110 years in prison on the charges. As part of the plea agreement, the feds agree to a lesser prison time. He does have a prior felony at the court. So this guy was a drunk driver himself.
Right.
Man, talk about a piece of shit. KRQE News 13 reached out to the Bernalillo County Sheriff's Office and New Mexico State Police for comment on being mentioned in the federal indictment. State Police Public Information Officer Sergeant Ricardo Briqueda sent the following statement via email. At this time, we do not have information to believe any of our officers were involved in the criminal conduct. The New Mexico State Police has been and will continue to cooperate with investigators. For additional information, please contact the FBI. The sheriff's office, John Allen, confirms that he has been in direct contact with the FBI and the U.S. Attorney's Office regarding the involvement of the sheriff's office deputy in an ongoing federal investigation in the DWI case manipulation.
It just gets real political from here.
Yeah.
I read the whole story.
So it's just one. It's just one sheriff's deputy. Is that what it's saying so
The
far?
BCSO, the BCSO guy, I think he was actually a correctional officer. Yeah, Bernalillo County Corrections Officer.
Oh, okay. Well, how did he pull somebody over for DWI?
It wasn't that, but that I don't remember how he was involved, but he's the second person to that I guess that's a target now after that, Mendez.
I see. Yeah. What do you think about that? Apparently, it's been going on since 2008.
Wow. Yeah. I don't know. It's that's pretty bad, man. I didn't hear anything about it during Grisham's State of the State address.
Right. She, you were saying she was bringing up a lot of
Just kind of
public safety and stuff, right?
Right. Yeah, she's real big right now on More gun control, of course.
Oh yeah.
She specifically said in the State of the State about going against assault rifles. She wants to go harder against that.
Did she say what those were though?
No, not at all. Of course.
Right.
Yeah.
Man, that's crazy. Yeah, I mean, they wanted to defund the police, but then want only the police to have guns. I don't know. It just doesn't make sense. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, it's just like she tried to do. You remember? I mean, everybody remembers her big. What was she called? An emergency. What did she call it? Emergency health order. She called it.
Yeah, it was a public health
Oh,
crisis.
public health crisis.
Yeah, so guns were just a health crisis
Right.
somehow.
Yeah, and it's funny, still, we're not allowed to have guns in a school, in a church, anywhere like that, of course. But, these are the places the things we were talking about last week, like these terrorist organizations.
Yeah.
These are the places they're going to target,
The
right?
gun-free zones.
So-
That's like the Colorado Aurora guy at the Batman movie. He targeted that specific theater because it was a gun-free zone, so he knew nobody was going to put up a fight.
Oh, see, and the pastor of the church that I go to, I haven't been to church in a little while now, but the church that I usually go to, he specifically says when he's up there in the pulpit, if anybody's in here and has something to help us, and somebody were to come in and threaten us, I sure hope you would do what do what you need to do. So it's welcome at my church. I don't know how that works with the state laws, being that he's allowing it. What do you think?
I looked it up on a live stream before, and I can't remember. I'm more of a, if you don't tell anybody that you have it, nobody knows you have it
I
sort
ran
of
out to the
guy.
car. Yeah, I ran out to the car.
So everybody knew that you were one of
Yeah,
the
everybody
guys.
knew I ran out to the car. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't go to church myself, but in Louisiana, they had a law that you could not carry in church unless you had permission from like the head of the church.
Okay.
But then later on, I think they changed that law. I can't remember. I covered it in a live stream, like when it was happening. But I think they were trying to change it, or they were successful in changing it to where you could just carry in church. Because at that time, there was a couple shootings at churches. One of them, the most recent one that like sparked that off, a guy came into a church with a shotgun, shot a guy point blank, and then one of the guys, just like sitting or whatever, pulled out his handgun and dropped the dude with a headshot before he could take out anybody else.
Thank God.
So that was like a big like carry in churches, like that was a hot topic at the
Sure.
time. Yeah, maybe.
That was in New Orleans?
No, it was in Texas. There
Oh,
were
okay.
two in Texas pretty close to each other.
Oh, wow. Well, Texas is, super lenient on gun rights. They're all for gun rights. As far as states are concerned, they're a big one.
Right. But yeah, I just remember at the time, like, it was all about, like, everybody was like, oh shit, like, churches are vulnerable, and, like, trying to, like, pass laws to, like, either take more gun rights away at churches or give people more freedom.
And I did see something somewhere in there. I think it was on the State of the State where that's what she was saying. She wants to crack down and, on those particular places, of course. It's like, oh man, we need to have kind of
Bro, a
medium
criminal's not going to listen to a sign.
here. Thank you.
They're all, oh, gun freeze, no guns allowed? Damn.
Thank you. Yeah, exactly.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah. All they do is punish the lawful people when they do stuff like that. Yeah. Anyway, let's before we move on to the next story, I just wanted to show you this since we were talking about police. I wish that our police were more like this. So check this out. This guy straight up does a hurricanrana. Oh,
no
sorry.
effing way.
I don't want to get copyrighted for music.
Oh, yeah.
So, but check this dude out. Boom. Just straight up.
Beautiful.
Rey Mysterio's his ass, bro. Fucking boom.
What do you call that?
That's a hurricanrana, bro. It's from wrestling.
Straight up.
He straight up
He's like a back leg
did a-
DDT from the legs. That's sick.
Boom. And then
just went to town on him afterwards.
I
He
hope
starts
so.
to
They
pummeling
just started going on him with their shields and batons.
him. There you go. Yeah, they don't mess around over there with criminals, do they? This has
Yeah,
gotta
where
be
is that?
another
Like
country, right?
Singapore or some shit? Yeah, they got like some sort
Send
of
this to the APD, man. To
Right.
their trainers.
Wow.
Holy mackerel.
Boom.
I was just seeing something the other day about how they're trained and how just how they're lacking in training.
Yeah, well, they also need money for training, and
Sure.
you know, when you defund them, like it gets rid of training.
Did you see the one I sent you with the Russian guy that was practicing shooting, pulling and shooting to the side and to the behind him?
No.
No. Oh, I gotta find that and send it to you,
Okay.
man. This guy he's a Russian. Let's see what he was. Ridiculous, man. It was crazy. Hold on. I'll come back to it.
All right. Well, while you look for that. All right, you sent this one to me. I read the headline, and I didn't read the story yet because I wanted to read it fresh. This is from AP. Man who took a U.S. Capitol tour with a gun in his possession is arrested, police say. This is from the 23rd, 2 days ago. A man who entered the U.S. Capitol with a handgun in his possession and took a tour of the building faces weapon charges, police say. A 27-year-old Massachusetts man was arrested Tuesday after Capitol police officers found him leaving the Library of Congress and walking towards his car, police said in a news release. Officers found a handgun concealed in his waistband. No one was hurt, and the Capitol Police say they found no evidence that the man was coming to harm Congress. A police officer who allowed the man into the Capitol after searching him had been suspended pending a department investigation. Security video showed the man entering the Capitol through a security checkpoint after after magnetometers sounded. Sorry, I couldn't say it.
Magnetomers.
The metal
Magnetometers.
the metal detector. The officer performed a quote unquote secondary hand search and then let him into the building. The Capitol Police, quote, demands the highest standard when it comes to the screening of visitors. So a full review of this incident has already been ordered, as well as a mandatory refresher training on security screening.
Yeah.
So this never happens again, the police department said. The man was arrested on charges including carrying a pistol without a license, possession of an unregistered firearm, illegal possession of ammunition, and resisting arrest. House lawmakers, whose committee oversees the Capitol Police, said they are, quote, severely disappointed in the security failure and will require the department to conduct a, quote, robust review of all visitor screening practices. We must ensure that this never happens again, said a joint statement from the House administration. Anyway, yeah, so I thought that was interesting since, they have all this shit going down at the Capitol, 4 years ago, and they're so worried about Capitol security and all that.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I thought too. I said, "That is pretty ironic."
I wonder, did he walk through, it went off, and then did they, use a wand on him?
So I was looking for that other video. Did it show in there that he was on a tour?
It said he was.
Yeah, he was in a tour. Yeah, I don't know. It said the magnet.
I think that's just like the metal detector. The magnetometer.
There you go. Magnetometer. It's just, yeah. So it didn't go off.
It said it did go off. That's why he performed a hand search.
Yeah.
But what is the hand search? Is
Right.
that with the wand, or was he just like, you're good to go?
It's the
and
wand.
the
It's
guy
the wand.
carries appendix, so of course he like, oh, and then he wand him, and
It's
he
the
was like,
wand.
it's my belt, bro. And he was
You know
like,
how many times
cool.
they've ushered me through like that? It's my belt. It's my boots.
I went to my friend's graduation. I shouldn't say this. I went to my friend's graduation at UNO, the University of New Orleans, and they had security checking when you went in. Had an NOPD officer with a wand, but he was only wanding head to waist or chest to waist or whatever.
Okay.
So I just put an ankle holster on.
Dang,
So-
you were sweating though.
No.
You had to be sweating.
Not
Come on.
really.
No?
I watched him. Well, first I asked my friend, is there security? And she was like, yeah. And I said, are they checking people? She said, they're wanding. And I said, head to toe? She said, no. I said, okay.
I've never seen him go head to toe with that one.
Well, now you know why they had a terrorist attack.
I know. Hopefully we get
Too
a lot
soon?
of views
Sorry,
here.
New Orleans.
Heads up security there. Watch this podcast. Help yourself out a
But
little.
see, that's why, I don't trust that shit. I'm my own first
No, of
responder.
course.
Just
I
let
agree.
anybody in.
Yeah.
But I think...
Oh, here's that video is on my X. It's
on
the
your
s-
X?
Yeah,
Okay,
it's the
cool.
second post.
All right.
Second to last post. Yeah, because we were talking about how these, they're lacking in training. Look at this guy. What is he? He's a Russian President Vladimir Putin's close guards use live bullets in an armed assassination drill.
What's your name?
It's GE Dumb Plumber. GE the Dumb Plumber.
There we are. All right.
Yes.
Okay, I've seen this
You
before.
have? I never seen that.
Yeah,
man.
so I don't think your caption is real, but the video is still cool to watch.
Okay. What is it? Do you think they got me? Huh?
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, sorry. Can't do the music. Yeah, I don't know if this is like real like military training or anything,
Right.
but we definitely used to make fun of this guy back in the day.
Okay. This is new to me. I've never seen it.
Check him out. It's just Jackie Chan of
Bro.
guns, bro.
I want to get that good.
Just fucking wow, 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 wow.
Yeah, but he's hitting on target every time. He's not just flailing. Every single bullet hits where it's going.
I hope he's using hollow points.
Right? All right, never mind. They got me. They got me.
Well, I
They
don't
got
know.
me again.
I don't know if it's
Did you see the one before that?
wait, up here or down?
Yeah, right there.
This
They
one?
might have got me again.
The Marines landing?
Yeah.
No, that's true.
Oh, man, that's cool, huh?
Yeah, on the
was cool,
southern
Zach.
border.
I
Yeah,
thought that was pretty neat.
this is
Those
pretty
are the
cool.
baby Hueys, aren't they? That's what Papa called them.
Yeah, DC Drano, I follow this guy. The Baby Hueys.
Yeah, that's
I
what
think
he
that's
called-
a band, right?
Oh, okay. I asked our grandpa. He was in the Air Force. He said those baby Hueys,
Baby
baby
Hueys.
I thought that
Hey,
was cool as heck, though, man.
He would know.
He would.
Oh, it's on the Interesting as Fuck channel. I follow them too, so I don't know. It might be legit. Oh, look, readers added context.
Oh, okay.
This is a video instructor of Maddo, not Vladimir Putin's close guards. Okay, cool. There's a link here.
What you know about rolling down in the deep when you
Is it just the same video?
I think
Oh,
so.
it's his
Different.
channel though.
Oh. Golly. I don't know if I want to get that good.
Let's check this dude out.
What's his name? Motto?
Yeah, here, I'll share it.
Instructor Maddo.
Here, let me go back to that video. I'll share this one. because like
Yeah.
what is this? All right, there you go. Now you have it. But yeah. Anyway, that's crazy. That was wild, man.
So, bottom line is we got to get to the range more often, period. Regardless, I mean, we're not going to.
Bro, no range is gonna let you do that.
Right. But I'm just saying I can barely get my, at 15 feet like we're supposed, like Ronnie says.
Yeah.
Like AZ air gunner.
Well, do you like do dry fire practice?
I do.
Do you practice drawing though?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Now I do.
Starting now.
Well, we have a good cast coming up sometime about all that, man.
Yeah. Yeah. At the range I used to go to in New Orleans, if you had a concealed carry, they'd let you take the little table thing off your lane and let you practice drawing and firing. Yeah. I used to do it.
I've never asked here because this is the police/public range.
And it's outdoors too, right?
Yeah. I've never asked, but I wonder if they would.
Yeah, the outdoor range I used to go to was like a lot more like they had a range officer. It was a lot. They had more rules and
Oh yeah.
and rules are good and everything, but like they're not going to let you draw your pistol out of a holster and then fire. They just will not let you.
What I was doing is I would have it down, and I would practice getting on target and popping one every time, from down position, putting it in position. He didn't say anything about that. I don't think he would mind if I drew from my holster. I'm going to have to try it next time.
Yeah.
But you know what I saw that was really interesting, I think I told you about, was somebody with a suppressor on, it looked like a 7.62. And man, that thing was quiet. It sounded like an air gun.
Yeah, you just hear the bullet flying.
Man,
pretty much.
I've never seen that on a long rifle. It's pretty cool. In person, anyway.
Yeah. There's a cool channel, concealedcarry.com. I used to, when I first got into firearms, that was like what I would listen to on like podcast wise. But the guy Riley, he does like on the YouTube channel, they go through like different drills you could do. You could go to their website, print out the targets for their drills and stuff. And so yeah, I'm gonna send that to you after the podcast. And yeah, that would be something that I think you would like too, because it's like 6 targets, do your draw and then your follow-up shot, and you want to time yourself. There's an app for a shot timer I could send you to.
Oh, that's neat.
That's good to use until you could buy one. Yeah. But the app works pretty all right. As long as like there's not too much people shooting around you.
Yeah. No, it's fun. I'm just getting used to the compact style of pistols now.
Yeah.
So that's a little different than I've always shot.
Some modern.
Yeah. Because with my revolver, man, it's like riding a bike every time. It's right there.
Right.
But we got to get out there more, for sure.
Yeah, I should have gone with you last weekend, but
Tomorrow.
I had been so sleep deprived. Tomorrow. When my wife gets home, I'll ask if we need to do anything, but I'd be down. I can get the stuff ready. So it's at a range, you said?
It is an outdoor range.
Do I gotta pay?
Where we can put, nope. It's state. I have some videos on my channel. You've seen me, I think my son and I were shooting a 44 out there one time on it and just shooting at whatever. You kind of just put up your own targets, whatever you want. And it's not regulated. You don't pay. There's no entrance. It's just a state park. And it's BLM, Bureau of Land Management land. So
Black
basically,
Lives Matter.
Yeah.
Land.
Bureau of Land Management, what it is, that's our public land here in New Mexico.
Yeah.
And I've already mapped everything out around it. And basically around that area, the whole area is public land. So, I mean, we can actually go anywhere on that area and shoot. So, but I do know, so they do have actual small range pits set up, with backstops and things like that. You'll like it. It's cool.
Okay. Yeah, I'm down. Before we move on, I know we're only a half hour in, but I gotta pee. Do you mind if we take a break?
No, that's perfect.
All right, cool. We'll be right back. All right, we're back. All right. This next story you sent me, again, you did most of the legwork on this show, was pretty interesting, caught my eye right away, so let's check it out. This is from wavy.com. 10 wavy on your side. Only on 10.
I did find it on X, though. Not on...
wavy?
Yeah, not on, CNN or...
Right. I like local stories, too. I usually use those more often. Only on 10. Woman finds Williamsburg police-issued weapon, vests, in Hertz rental. Is there a video to this?
Yes.
There is. All right, perfect.
I didn't watch any of these videos. I just read the stories. But
all right, let's hope this one works, because that other one didn't.
I don't know.
Let's see.
Also tonight, a story you will see only on 10. A local woman's surprise opening the trunk of a rental car.
And let's just say it was definitely not her stuff that was in there. Viral video shows police equipment and guns.
Damn.
And those police issues are M16, aren't they?
Yeah, they're full auto, usually.
Nice.
Since this isn't cooperating.
Stashed
there we go.
in the trunk of that rental. Take a look there tonight, the contents of that car and what a local police department is saying about it. Andy Fox now with this exclusive story. Andy?
Hey, Aisha and Tom, a lot of questions about this, and 10 on your side wants to find out what happened that allowed something like this to even take place. The city of Williamsburg told us an internal investigation is underway that will determine whether disciplinary actions are taken.
I'm sure they'll investigate themselves and find no wrongdoing.
Yeah. Yeah, sure.
Imagine you rent this car January 10th. You really don't look in the back. And when you do look in the back on January 14th, and this, among other things, what this person says is a loaded assault weapon.
Are you ready?
I would just call it a full auto rifle.
Oh, they called it an assault. Okay. So okay.
I contacted someone
It's
from the
they're calling it.
military last night.
That's where they're kind of contradicting themselves, though, because this is a police issue and they're calling it assault. Since when is a police out to assault anybody or anything?
Well, we could argue that.
Dang, I can't believe you caught that. I didn't see because I didn't watch the video. I didn't catch that.
But they also called the stuff that was left in Afghanistan small arms, and it's the same thing as this. So
Those are some beautiful.
it's
small arms, I'll
they
tell you
say
what.
assault weapon and assault rifle to scare people who don't know any better, when in fact there's no such thing. Well, there is. It's a German rifle that they used in World War II, but that was literally it.
Really.
Yeah. That's a show for another day, for sure. Anyway, let's keep going with this.
They showed me how to remove this thing from there. I'm pretty sure the police department wants this back.
We asked what was Williamsburg police reaction to a gun left behind in a rental.
Okay.
Lord, I see what you do for others and ask that you do the same for me.
Oh my goodness! But wait,
I wish
Okay.
I found that.
well, let me see if they tell you. Watch this. Let's see.
Did they say anything about accountability? Did they say, "Oh, here's the equipment"? You had mentioned that it seemed as though they didn't even know it was missing.
No, they didn't know it was missing. I have no doubt they were not looking for that equipment.
Which begs the question: under what circumstance would the police equipment be left behind in a rent-a-car?
And one of them said, I'm wondering if this equipment and car was rented, the car was rented, the equipment placed for an assignment that was canceled or something to that effect, if that makes sense. They briefly said that to each other before taking the equipment inside.
As for Hertz car rental, they sent back a generic response to us, but we confronted the branch manager who told us this. Right, but it would be an opportunity for training to make sure cars are absolutely cleaned out before you rent them back out.
It is a great learning opportunity, but I'm going to get you that information. I can meet you in the front, sir.
Now, she says it's common sense. Now, about the person who called us, she doesn't want to be identified and said she is very pro-law enforcement with excellence on the job. She came forward because she thinks something really wrong went on in this case, and she thinks the check and balance failed with Williamsburg Police and with Hertz Car Rental.
Rogue
We'll keep
cop?
on top of this story.
So,
All right, I want to hear. I got a lot to say on this, so I want to hear what you got to say first.
Okay. Well, I don't have a lot insight wise. Okay, but it does say here more. If you read the story, you don't have to read it, but it does say later on in there. I think the daughter said, because it was a mom and a daughter, I think, and the daughter said that clip was in the rifle and
magazine. Anyway,
the magazine, is that the correct term?
Yeah.
Okay, it was in the rifle. And and ready to go. All they had to do was pull the trigger. I think it was even hot.
Ooh.
That's what she said. I basically just had to push the button or pull the trigger. She said something like that in the story. Yes. So is this a rogue? That's the only thing I could think. Is this like a rogue cop that he knew that one wasn't traceable because they don't have any record of it?
Think he was going to sell all that stuff?
You know how much an M16 goes for, legal M16 goes for? Can you imagine on the streets? Holy mac.
Damn. What's crazy? Okay, so there's a lot to unpack here. I'm not going to read the story. We're going to go off the video.
No, that was it. That was the gist of it. You know, that's it. Everything else is like real political. Just
Okay, here we go. I said, you need to understand when I found it, I FaceTimed with someone and told me how to push the button that would remove the clip because the clip was in the gun. Mm-hmm. And it is my understanding that means that the gun was fully loaded and ready to go. So that's not the case. She's just misinformed.
It wasn't racked.
Okay.
I don't think it was racked, but the clip was in the magazine.
The magazine.
Her and I, we apologize. But yeah, golly.
Okay, so the car company didn't check the trunk before they rented it out to the other driver. So the other driver is the one that found it, not the people at the company.
Right.
Okay, I see it's a failure. I know it's busy. You cut some corners sometimes. Just clean out the back seat, the front seat. Don't worry about the trunk. Send it. This lady's already been waiting 25 minutes for her car. Let's get her going. Then the police don't know what's going on. Oh, I don't know. Maybe it was for a mission that was canceled, right? But then the news goes to the Hertz rent-a-car manager who's just trying to work his 9 to 5, and they're harassing him about their policy on cleaning out cars. Like it's their fucking fault that the police left all that stuff in that trunk.
They're not. Why aren't they at the? Yeah.
Like, why aren't they more on the police? Instead, they're all, you know what? Let's go to this Hertz rent-a-car and see what's really going on.
Let's teach them. She said, "Isn't this a learning opportunity?" Yeah. Wow. I didn't catch that. That's amazing,
dude. That's fucking crazy. Yeah, so the news is trying to be like, well, Hertz should have checked it and then done what?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Sure, of course, just like you said, they should have, but they didn't. They were rushing. They were, they got work to do. But
I get where they're coming from.
Guess who doesn't rush or shouldn't or supposedly never rushes? The police. The police. That's not their job to rush. It's their job to show up and take care of the emergency, but never supposed to ever rush, right? I mean,
yeah.
Apart from the 15 miles over the speed limit they're allowed or whatever. But I mean, generally, when I've dealt with the police, even if I have a situation that I need help with, which has been very few times, but the times that I have, they're very, they take their time. They're very
rational and collected.
Collected. There you go. They're not rushing. So I agree 100%. This guy was just doing his job at the Hertz place, and this police officer obviously was not.
He was out there cleaning a car when they came up to him. When the manager is out there doing the work that the workers are supposed to be doing.
True. We got to keep up with this one. We got to check in on this one later and see what comes of it.
For sure.
If anything, it's going to... Watch, we'll never see another story about it.
They're investigating themselves, so...
Nice, of course.
I'm sure.
Well, that's the way it works, doesn't it? With
yeah.
most government agencies. I mean, but are police actual government agencies or is that private?
Uh, uh, so it, there's a few kinds of police at different levels. So you have your city cops, which are chosen by the police chief, is the head of the city or in town police departments. The chiefs or supervisors or whatever the head position is chosen by the mayor. Okay. So they're accountable to the mayor and that's it. At that same kind of level, you have the sheriff's departments. The sheriff is elected by the people and is accountable to the people.
Okay.
Okay. Sheriff's departments usually cover counties and parishes.
Here they cover the county.
Yeah. Where I lived in New Orleans, NOPD covered the policing and the sheriff's department strictly covered corrections. So they were just literally jail guards.
And here we cover jail
and bailiffs and all that. Yeah. So it's different per jurisdiction. And then you have the state police.
Yeah.
The chief of the state police is usually chosen by the governor.
Okay.
And then they're answerable to the governor. That's why here, for instance, when the governor had her emergency health order where she tried to ban guns, you had the first person that came out was the Bernalillo County Sheriff. He said, we're not following that unconstitutional order.
Right. I remember that.
Then the APD chief, in a more political way, said the same thing. So you only had really the state police who are going to enforce that because they are the governor's enforcers.
They were actually saying, the actual officers were saying that they may not even.
Yeah, and then it's to the discretion of the officer.
Right, exactly. That's what I meant to say.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, because that was a little, well, not a little, that was completely unconstitutional. She caught heat from the whole country on that one.
Good. I believe she was like a test run for how far they could take like this communist take away as many rights as they can, like test run to see if they could get away with it. But a lot of shit has changed recently. So, but she's still the governor till 2027.
Yes, sir.
The election's in 2026. So.
And well,
hopefully something good comes of that.
Martin Heinrich, he's the other Democrat guy.
He's dropping
just dropped
out.
So I was like,
good.
Yeah, good.
So I don't know I don't even know who else. I also am I wouldn't say behind because I really just moved here, but I am very behind on the local politics, like who's who and stuff here.
Same.
In Louisiana, I knew everything. Yeah.
I'm taking a little crash course on politics here lately. I don't know. It just got super interesting to me in this past few years.
Yeah.
Ever since about 4 years ago, I remember I'd have battles with your mom about, trust the president. This is when Biden was in office. Trust the president. That's our government. They're there to take care of us. That was my big thing. And man, have I seen a lot of things that make me want to just.
What opened your eyes? If there was one thing that did.
There's not. That's the thing. It's just that there's so much. It became overwhelming to the point where I had no choice. I felt like, just being the leader of, I'm the leader of my household. My kids still look up to me in a certain way. So I just felt like it was my duty, the way things were getting. Actually, to tell you the truth, it was a bit of anxiety. I was getting a little anxious about how things were going on, and I just wanted to kind of just educate myself more than anything and have a fair idea. But I got a little caught up. I get a little caught up in the mainstream, the federal things going on. I mean,
it's hard not to.
Yeah, but I need to kind of keep up in my state more. I think that's how we stay more vigilant, I think.
Yeah, for sure, because, at the federal level, there's only so much being done. But, yeah, like, the real change happens at the state level. That's how you have more states that are two-way friendly than not now. The same with like the marijuana legalization and stuff like that. I don't know if we talked about this before or on the podcast, but one of the reasons why the governor like at first had like such high approval and everything is because she got that recreational marijuana bill passed.
Really?
She is the one. Yeah, it's her. And it's because
I'm saying that's why you think she has.
Well, at first, that's why she had it. So when the last election, when Mark Ronchetti, that old weatherman, was running against her, I wasn't involved with the state politics. I just knew that he was the Republican running against her. Like, I don't know what he was running on. But he lost. So
yeah, he was And I met him in person, and he kind of rubbed me the wrong way, so I didn't vote for him. Yeah.
What did he do?
Well, you remember when I was installing for Lowe's?
Yeah.
And he's in line there. Well, to tell you the truth, he may have been in the right, but I'm next to him. And so I'm a contractor there, so I'm in there every single day.
Yeah.
And I'm at the counter to pick up my water heaters to install for the day, and. Next to me, I just recognized this guy standing next to me, and he's having a little bit of a hard time with the cashier, and they're going back and forth. And then, so the cashier takes off to check some things, so he's just standing there, and it's Mark Ronchetti. And I said, hey, you're the weatherman, aren't you? And he ignored me. And he looked at me, and he snubbed me. He looked the other way, and so like I said, I guess he gets that probably a lot, and he probably gets sick of it. So I guess I shouldn't have blamed him for it. But at the time, it just rubbed me a little wrong because usually people are just always so nice to me there. I'd be in my nice contractor clothes, buttoned up nice, and a lot of people would want to talk to me there because they're like, hey, you're a plumber,
help me out.
Yeah, exactly.
Free advice.
It was just it was odd for somebody actually to snub me like that. And so, but like I say. Yeah, maybe I was quick to judge.
I didn't vote for his ass. That's pretty good. Damn.
But anyway, but back to Grisham, she was tooting her horn a lot. Like I was saying, one of the big things she said is that I don't know how true it is. I haven't searched it yet, but she said you can look it up. She said that.
She said, look this up.
Yeah, she did. She said that she had, I think, something to that effect. But she said that she had brought New Mexico's poverty level from 50th in the nation 4 years ago. 50th in the nation 4 years ago. She's brought it up to 17th in the nation, supposedly.
Huh.
Yeah, that's what I said. And so what I was thinking is it's got to have to do with, how many people are moving here yourself that because we can make it here, I mean, you can find a job here. You can find fair cost of living. What's fair today, not compared to what it was before, but fair compared to other parts of the country. Got people moving from California here a lot. From like Denver, places like that. You got a lot of people moving here from Oklahoma. And so we're building this economy, but I don't know if it's necessarily her doing, like she's saying, this is us. And she did say that specifically. This is us. We did this. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm pretty sure we did this.
Right.
I'm pretty sure we did this.
Yeah.
Here, spending our money here, sticking around. Lately, we've been staying home more. We haven't been traveling as much as an American people, and I think we did it.
Well, I definitely heard of like a mass exodus to like other places here. Hold on one second. Just gonna pause. All right, sorry, the wife called. Anyway, what were you saying?
We were just talking about New Mexico State, the state of the state, how she was, Grisham was.
Oh yeah, she brought up the poverty rate. Yeah,
right. How she brought it up.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah, I heard. That's what I was gonna say. I heard about like a mass exodus from people moving out of like California and like New York and these like real hard like liberal places like during COVID, but they were moving to places like Tennessee and Florida and Texas and like more like red states, you could call them, I guess. I didn't hear about New Mexico being one of those places that like people were moving to, you know.
And neither have I, as far as media is concerned. This is something that I see personally more than anything. If you go out on the streets of Albuquerque every day, you see we're one of the most cultured places. I mean, we're diverse here. People come from everywhere, not only around the nation, but around the country. People move here.
Or the world.
Yeah. I'm sorry, the world. But I mean, we can look at just like movie stars. Even they have, extra homes here, winter homes here, summer homes here, whatever. Places like Taos, some of the prettier places. But yeah, you're right. I don't see it in the media, but I do feel like I see it in person. Even like my girlfriend, she moved here from California for that reason. I did. I moved. I stay here for the economy.
Yeah. I guess I moved back here too, in a sense.
That's what I mean.
But
more on a personal level, I'm saying that's where I see
it. Interesting. Yeah. I guess we could look that up, but I'm not gonna. Like, no, not what you said, but about the governor and her.
Whatever.
I was like, damn,
sounds
in
good,
4
though,
years,
doesn't it?
50th to 17th.
It sounds amazing.
When there's like no like new industry here, you know what I mean?
But she said there is, and this is what's cool. She said that AI is actually we're one of the leading places for development of AI right now, and they're setting up even more, industry in that now here.
Like building tech labs and stuff?
I'm not sure exactly what she meant by it, but she said that, yeah.
I don't think she was either.
Yeah, but she said that, yeah, we're a big state for AI.
I mean, we are a pretty big, we have Sandia Labs, Los Alamos National Labs, Air Force bases.
We're one of the major nuclear research.
Right. Facebook is here. Tons of Amazon facilities.
That's another, reason for people to move here. We do have some.
How come we don't have the Amazon drone delivery? This would be like...
We're in New Mexico. Them things will get shot down, buddy. You don't think so? I've never seen a drone flying above me. Why? Because you saw New Year's Eve at my house, right?
Yeah, but... I mean, a drone with a packet... Yeah, I guess it'd get jacked right away.
They get shot down here and, stolen. A package quick.
Makes sense. I thought it'd be a cool idea
because
it's like, but it's like perfect because it's like flattish for the most part. I mean, there are hills and stuff, but it's like you can see for long distances.
Maybe that's what they're testing in New Jersey. They just got to get it here.
No, I don't. No, maybe.
Like Amazon. You know how many packages they need to carry?
Some stressed out dude in a drone trying to make all his deliveries, pissing in a bottle because he can't leave his desk.
Oh man!
Just like those poor drivers.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's move on to the seriousness. Let's see. I think there was another story that I closed out on accident, but let's see. We just had all those wildfires in California, and there was some speculation on my part, but that it might be related to the Hawaii wildfires.
Oh wow!
There was like I think it was proven to be fake, but there was like a theory like all the houses that had like these blue roofs that were like painted or covered with blue like a day or two before they like survived, so they thought it was like space lasers causing the fire and stuff. Right?
Okay.
So I was like, I wonder if the space lasers cause the fires in California too. But they said it wasn't, but this was interesting, so I wanted to
I hadn't heard. I heard little tiny remnants of that theory, but nothing major.
But Trump was out there and he was talking before he got onto Air Force One. So I wanted to play this. It might start in the middle because it's Instagram, and maybe if I refresh it. Here we go. Pause. All right, let's see what happens. Volume. All right, let's go. Oh, that's me. Sorry. Here we go.
In the history of California, I think, has anything bigger than that happened in the whole country ever? It looks like, I don't want to say what it looks like, but you know what I'm going to say. It looks like something hit it. And we won't talk about what hit it, but it is a bad, bad situation. Biggest in the history of California, I think, has anything bigger than that happened in the whole country ever?
So homie DC Drano here says Trump infers on live TV that something hit LA and caused the wildfires.
Huh.
So I don't know. What do you think?
I have no thoughts on that. I hadn't even put any thought into it, to tell you the truth.
Yeah.
No.
Could have been a homeless person starting a fire.
That's what I'm
I
saying.
saw tons of videos of people starting fires during the fires.
Right.
It's crazy they didn't have water. Anyway, that's for another day. Let's check out this last story you sent me. Gun safety advocates push for new, quote, common sense restrictions in the Washington legislature. All right, we got a video. Looks like this guy's pushing for legislation that's common sense. We'll see what they mean.
I did not always live in Washington State. I moved here a couple years ago. And I grew up living in Parkland, Florida. A lot of folks now know that name because the school shooting happened at my alma mater.
All right, he's invoking emotion now.
But my younger sisters, Carmen and Evelyn, were there that day in Parkland. My sister, Carmen Shentrup, was shot and killed. She was sitting in my favorite class back when I was in high school, AP psychology, with my teacher, old teacher, Ms. Rioven. And she was waiting for the day to end, studying for a test, when a gunman walked in with an AR-15 and shot and killed her and 16 of her other classmates and injured 17 others. And for me, this was...
All right, so this isn't... All right, I feel for this guy. It's really awful what happened. The guy that did that Parkland shooting is a piece of shit. He's rotting in jail right now. So let's...
What he was basically pushing for in this is what we all want. Okay, it's putting up your firearms, correctly storage, correct storage, things like that, secure storage, common sense measures. But if you read this, it's pretty interesting because there's one lady that says in there, she has another take on it that go ahead and read it. Watch and all
right. All right, this is from the Olympian in Washington. Gun safety advocates are urging state lawmakers to pass a package of new firearm restrictions. Multiple firearm-related bills received public hearings Tuesday morning, including proposals that would impose stricter limitations on buying guns and ammunition. Okay. Among the proposals was House Bill 1152, which would establish firearm storage requirements in homes and cars, which they do have here in New Mexico.
Yep. They just passed a new one in Colorado. I don't know if you saw this here just now, that you cannot have it in your vehicle unless it's locked away. That can be in a glove box. That can be in your console, as long as it's locked.
You asked the carjacker, hold on one second while I put my code in.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's see. Multiple firearms. House Bill 1152, which would establish safe storage. Okay. State rep who sponsored the bill said it would enshrine storage standards that many responsible gun owners already adhere to. Then why do we need a law?
Right, exactly. But this lady, she has a cool take on it coming up here.
Secure storage is a common sense measure that balances the right of firearm ownership with urgent public health and safety needs to ensure that guns are stored properly and securely.
Okay, let's see.
Proponents say such measures would make communities in Washington safer, but critics argue that the legislation infringes on the freedoms of law-abiding citizens. The rep noted that this year's set of gun safety bills is meant to address the threat of gun violence and help save lives. Lawmakers are also aiming to stem the flow of stolen and illegal guns in the community. The rep said, unsecure firearms pose a public safety hazards, especially to children. Improperly stored guns significantly raise the risk of suicides, theft, and accidental shootings. Each year, hundreds of thousands of firearms are stolen. A large number of those are taken out of vehicles and then used to carry out violent crimes. Okay, yeah, 86%.
Watch this Sarah Conrad. This was what I found
A
interesting.
single mom from Pierce County spoke virtually in opposition. She said the measure would impede her ability to protect herself and her 3 kids, all of whom have received firearm safety training. Conrad wants her children to be able to defend themselves if the unimaginable were to happen. When you're on your own in a vulnerable situation, every moment counts. This bill would strip us of our ability to protect ourselves when we need it the most.
Okay, watch. Let's pause right there because she said something very important. Me and my children are trained. Okay.
That's a responsible gun owner right there.
My stepdad, say what you want about him, okay? A lot of the family don't like the guy. He taught me one thing that was
opinion on him.
Yeah, he taught me something very sacred to me, and that's safe gun handling. Okay, he gave me my first .22 rifle when I was 7 years old. He said, "If you point this the wrong direction, I'll beat you with it." Okay, that was his exact words. Okay, but other than that, he did teach me exact, shooting protocols, everything the way it should. Put me in hunter safety training. Now, in our home, there was always a safe, but there was always something ready to go in case we needed it. And I knew where it was. Everybody in my family knew where it was, and he knew, because he put in the work with me, that I wasn't going to go and screw around with that gun in a way that I wasn't supposed to. And this is what she's talking about. It's education. That's what we need. I really liked what she said, that Sarah Conrad.
Yeah, that's why I have a problem with like that every town for gun safety and moms demand action and all those anti-gun groups that say like they're for gun safety but don't actually want to teach gun safety. They just want to take people's rights away. And this lady's absolutely right. Mm-hmm. Like the only people whose kids are getting a hold of these guns, stealing them from their parents, or the parents giving the guns to these kids and these kids doing awful things, that's bad parenting.
Yes, sir.
and these guys already should be locked up.
But like it's just the problem with America, period, is bad parenting, and all this boils down to that. You're right, 100%.
But yeah, this lady's absolutely right. Gun violence prevention advocate.
That was the big part. I had to have you see.
No, that's
amazing.
That's the same thing. I have the issue with the waiting period in this state. Mm-hmm. Let's say let's say your stepdaughter was older, 21. Mm-hmm. She could buy a gun. She has this guy who's stalking her. She calls the cops, gets a restraining order. Guy's still showing up. Cops aren't doing anything. She goes to buy a gun. They tell her, "Okay, you're good to go. We'll see you in 7 days."
Exactly.
Like, come on. Like, that only hurts people who are following the law. And I know
they call it a cool down period.
Yeah, they say that because they think everybody who wants to buy a gun is out to do bad, which is the opposite.
It's exact opposite, especially we're going over there and taking the background check for a reason. That's the whole reason.
Right. I just realized I haven't been recording the video, but I've been recording the audio, so it's all good.
That's funny. There was one more that I'd sent you about the accidental shooting.
Maybe that was the one that I deleted.
Want to resend it?
Yeah, resend it.
Here we go.
Yeah, so sorry about that, guys. We did lose video for a little bit, but that's my fault because I stopped recording the video on accident. But we're all good. We got the audio, so we'll be going through that. All right, here we go. Share. This is the one. Yeah, this one I accidentally closed out. All right, here we go.
Florida, are we allowed to conceal carry in Florida?
They just got permitless concealed carry, okay. I think. They call it like constitutional concealed carry, something like that. I don't know. They have weird laws over there. I know that they just got it recently before Louisiana did. But I don't know the exact like details of it.
So I'm pretty sure this guy was concealed here.
Right. All right, let's see what happened. Pause. Sound. All right, let's go. Florida officer accidentally shoots man with his own gun. Is this just the police video?
I haven't watched any of these videos. I've only read the stories.
Where's your pistol at on my side. Okay. Just put your hands on the top of the vehicle for me.
Right here.
Gotta make it
Coming up
big.
right here.
I gotta make it big. I gotta see this.
So he tells her somewhere right here, hey, let me get it. Hold on. It's kind of hard to get. Be careful, or something to that effect. And watch.
I appreciate it, man. Being very honest. Oh, you're all right. Oh. You okay? Put the gun down. Put the gun down. You okay? No. Hey, rescue 1068. Let's go. Rescue 1068. Hey, man, come here. Walk with me. Walk with me.
Yeah, that's terrible.
Oh.
Goodness.
Sorry, I want to see it.
Yeah, he was. This is gonna be bad. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where's your pistol at on my side. Okay. Just put your hands on the top of the vehicle for me. I appreciate it, man. Being very honest. Oh, you're all right.
Oh.
You okay? Put the gun down. Put the gun down.
And she's just standing there.
No. Hey, rescue 1068. Let's.
Got him in the leg. All right, he's putting the tourniquet on him right away. But still, it's his
main
fucking leg. Yeah. Tighten that bitch up. Hurry up. No, put that bitch up to his groin. Come on, man. You know how to do it? Maybe he doesn't. Twist that bitch. One more. Come on. Get it in there.
Everybody learn how to use a tourniquet.
All right.
Right?
Yeah. All right, let's see what happened. Florida police officer is without a job after accidentally firing a man's gun during a traffic stop. Good. I hope he sues the fuck out of her personally.
I'm sorry, but good.
The vehicle ran a red light, was stopped. The steering column was damaged, leading the officers to suspect that it might be stolen. Officers said the driver was cooperative and told him he had a gun. As the officer reached for the gun, it fired. No, that's not how guns work. Officer lowered the driver to the ground and called for help before putting a tourniquet on his leg. Internal investigation resulted in a sustained charge of incompetence against Cardwell, which I guess is the cop. The agency has begun the process of terminating the officer.
They've taken some of this out. There was a bigger story before.
Was there?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, but amazing, huh?
Yeah, what did it say?
Like I said, it said something about the guy told her that it was hard to get out, let him help her or something like that, and that before he got out of the car, and that she just grabbed it and bam, went off. When she pulled it by the trigger when she pulled it out.
Let's see, we got another view here. Yeah, she must have. Hold on, let me make it big.
Did he? No.
All right, let me go back a little. Try to get a look at this holster.
Where's your pistol at? On my side. Okay. So, put your hands on top of the vehicle for me.
Okay, it doesn't look like a difficult holster.
I appreciate it, man. Being very honest.
Ooh, she had her finger on the trigger. Dude.
That's the first rule.
Let's see that again. That was totally her fault.
Oh my goodness.
Look, right there, bro. Look at that.
Goodness.
Also, why was she taking the holster off? Just take the gun out of the holster. Oh.
You okay?
Bro, how did
Put the gun down.
Why was she grabbing it like that anyway?
Nope. Restitution 68. Let's go.
Yeah, just stand around some more and don't get anything ready. How come everybody's just standing around?
You see what I mean about the rushing?
But come on, that guy is just standing there. Put your fucking hand on that wound.
That's what I mean. How do we?
I forgot we were watching the chick. We're the chick's point of view the whole time. The chick that shot him. Yeah. Keep her away from guns, please. Somebody take hers.
Get her gun.
Right? Nope, she's going back for it. Stop her. All right, she changed her mind. Nope, changed it again.
She's flipping. She's freaking out.
Right? Look at, yeah,
She's
dude.
freaking out.
Look at how much blood this guy's losing. He's got that.
It hit his
Yeah,
artery.
hard.
It hit his
Yeah,
artery.
put it on faster, guy.
Oh, this poor guy, man.
Yeah, it's gonna hurt, bro. That's the only way to save you. It's gonna be worse than the gunshot. Yeah.
Really?
Oh yeah.
I can imagine. Where is that ambulance? They're right in the middle of the city.
He's running the wrong way. The guy's over there. Maybe he has a better med kit.
Oh, thank God for these body cams, man, because who knows what they would have said.
Is she gonna leave?
France
She's
to
getting a
come.
med kit.
Oh, finally. Barely?
Yeah.
Wait a minute. How far are we into this? She's barely
He's been shot for a while. Get the gauze out. Come on. She don't know where anything is. Oh, come on. You'll find the internal affairs submission
I'm
of
gonna
the
look it up
investigation. Yeah, anyway, that's crazy, dude. Yeah, if they saw what we saw, which was hard not to see,
I'm just glad that she got fired.
yeah, she blasted that dude for sure.
Ouch. So I bet it
Whoopsie.
went. But from the angle, it probably went through the leg, like I'm saying, perpendicular. Instead of in and out.
Yeah, like down
Like
it.
down the leg.
Yeah, and then came out
Oh
like
my
down
goodness,
the
so it
bottom,
did so much damage,
like
bro.
towards the knee, hitting
Like in
everything.
through the thigh and out somewhere by the knee or the.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, this poor guy.
Yep. Anyway, where can we find you, David?
Yeah, you can find me at GE Machines and GE Outdoors on YouTube. Of course, I got the X started now. That's GE the Dumb Plumber.
Here we go, right here.
And but yeah, that's about it. Just same old, same old.
All right, y'all. Thanks for hanging out and struggling with us through these technical difficulties. I'll put a cool picture of us freeze framed or something there while we, while it plays just that audio part. Anyway, guys, follow me everywhere at Deep South EDC. I do got that X. We bring the spice. Follow me on Instagram too. I'm there. Oh yeah, I wanted to see this. You probably said you forgot to pardon yourself. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching the Well-Regulated podcast, and we'll hopefully see y'all next week. Stay well-regulated. We'll catch you on the next one. Peace.
That was a good one, bro.